Næste station skal I toget køre Piccadilly.
Hallo, hoe gaat het met jou? Nou, hi, what got it? Yeah, hi there, Morten. Hi, it's Morten. I'm in Denmark, and yesterday, after yet another meeting regarding things I'm having to do here in Denmark, I might make a video about that later on, but I found myself on a very beautiful sunny day. It was a whole 4 degrees Celsius and windy. Yeah, it was really windy, and the wind was going through everything I was wearing, and I didn't have anything to do, and I didn't want to go back home because it was still early. So I rode my bike down to the train station and just got on a train. It's not that expensive to go from here to Frederikshavn. The bike is free, and it's nice and warm on the train, and I could see some landscape that I will sorely miss. Got off the train in Frederikshavn, and then I went to a couple of let's call them second-hand or thrift stores, and both of them are almost neighbors. So I went there, had a little look around. For some reason, I had an idea that I wanted to see if they had some Kiss records, because at Læsehesten I found some Kiss records. I didn't, because my trip to Aalborg I found Love Gun, and that was kind of cool, and I'm still looking for Destroyer, Alive, the first one, Dynasty, and The Elder. Why those specifically? Well, when I was a kid, I had all the Kiss records up to The Elder and lost them. So, and after that, some years passed before I started buying them on CD. And my intention had always been to get new Kiss records. I mean, not made in the 1970s and 80s, but as it turned out, I haven't really been successful with that. I ended up first grabbing one at a record fair and one at the thrift store, etc. So up until now, I only been getting older copies from probably more or less the same time period as the ones I lost. Especially Alive, I would like to get a new pressing, because the ones I find out there are either in not a good condition, or if I see one that looks really good from back then, well, the price is you'd think with the amount of records that band sold, it would have been easier. And also the new copies being sold now, I think most of them you find in stores hail from around 2014, maybe up to 2019, and some record store day stuff, and they're so expensive. So anyway, I went into the first store. He did not have any Kiss at all, but in the window he had this. Now this is Læsehesten, that's a chain of stores that sell games, comic books, secondhand records and so forth, and there's one in Frederikshavn. So this is DAD, Disneyland After Dark, and as you might remember if you saw my Aalborg video, I bought one that I've wanted for many years there, and then I saw this one, which is, I think it's, I would venture a guess, 4 or 5 years younger. So you can see they changed the band's name to DAD instead of Disneyland After Dark, because, you know, some folks out there in the world, they do like to sue people. This is listed as a Danish copy. Risking It All came out in, I think it came out in 1991. Yeah, I don't remember. I think it says 1991 here. So it says made in Holland, but this is a copy for the Danish market. So, for example, some records I find that says it's a Norwegian print, for example. Often the cover is made in Norway, but the vinyl is actually made in the Netherlands, for example. But we did press a vinyl in Norway as well, and I'm unsure about Denmark, because I have found through the years some singles that have clearly been pressed here in Denmark, but very, like I said, very often with the records, it seems the cover is, but not the vinyl. So I'm very happy to have this. This is now my third Disneyland After Dark record. I have this one and the one I showed from Aalborg, which are older. And then I have one that I bought very recently in Frederikshavn, and I'm hoping to bring up to Norway now, which was, I think it was their last one but one. And another record I found in and then I was done at Læsehesten, sorry, and then I went next door almost to the very fine thrift secondhand store. He has lots of things you might think you don't need, and then you see, no, I do need it. So he had a lot of DVDs. He has a lot of beer glasses, if you collect those, and old beer signs, little knickknacks, furniture things, signs to hang on your wall, souvenirs, old souvenirs from Denmark, which are, some of them are really cool. And in the back, he has a lot of CDs often, and often a lot of vinyl. It comes and it goes. He gets in a lot of records. If you're ever holidaying in Denmark and you're very curious about Danish music, especially from, the days of vinyl, that's absolutely a place to go. A little easier to look through things than over at Læsehesten, because Læsehesten has very, very, very many of everything. So I went in there and I found a couple of things. I found this. So this is Real Life by Simple Minds. This was this was the first Simple Minds that I bought on CD. So I have never, when I sort of transitioned, so I have never owned this on vinyl. And often when I found it, it's been quite expensive. But this is a very nice copy. It cost me 60 Danish kroner. The vinyl looks very nice. A little dirty, I'll have to clean it a little bit. But yeah, all in all, looks really good. And I am fairly certain, although Discogs were a little unclear, but when I found this on one of the pictures on the records in Discogs, it seems that this is a Dutch copy. Not sure if this was also released some places with a in some territories with a gatefold, or if that's something that I remember incorrectly. But in many countries they switched and made this the cover, front of the cover, and they also later went away from this on the CDs and also switched to this. This was not a big seller. Simple Minds were definitely on the downturn at this stage in their career. This is just their second album after, all that Alive and Kicking in the heyday. So I think that's a shame. I think it's a really good album. But I think maybe the previous record Street Fighting years did a bit of damage. They may have come off as overly political and preachy for some. Music scene was changing, and also maybe they looked suddenly a little too U2-ish, perhaps. I never abandoned them. I kept buying their music, and I have done so for all these years. So, but I was talking about Kiss, and I found some Kiss. So this was one of those records that I was missing or hoping to get. The Elder, of course, not an album that really features big in my mind. I never owned this particularly long before I lost my whole Kiss collection, but this was my last Kiss album back in my childhood. Of course, it came out in '81, and you listen to it and it's not at all as bad as you might think or might have remembered. It's a good, solid album, but it would have been confusing. It's supposed to be some sort of, story here and everything. And it just doesn't really work as such. Also, for a band where the fans that are remaining expect to see, the masks and everything. And at this stage, they hadn't, I don't think they had contemplated removing those. It's weird that the band is nowhere to be seen. And Eric Carr, who's now a full-time member of the band and even shares the writing credit, would have been a good way to feature, hey, so this is our new drummer. No. You have a door and a hand on a concept album with a concept that doesn't seem to go anywhere. So yeah. Anyway, this is a Norwegian pressing. Funny, all the Kiss records I found here in Denmark have been Norwegian pressings. So it seemed there is a Swedish pressing here as well, but this one would have come with a prepaid postage thing to send to the Norwegian Kiss army, so you could join them if you sent 50 kroner along or something like that. And it would have come with a poster, which unfortunately is not in here. But if you look very closely, you'll see a small logo down there, and that says Team, I think it's Team Print Oslo. So this is a Norwegian copy of The Elder. So guys, that was my little quick trip to Frederikshavn and what I got there. And this week is filled up with more meetings, me hopefully finding a way to pack as many records as I can in a way that doesn't break my back. And then I'm going to try and go as late as the trains will afford me to Frederikshavn Friday night, and get on that 2 or 3 times a week Copenhagen ferry that stops in Frederikshavn and sails from there around midnight to Oslo. And so I can get a cab in Oslo with all my heavy things to carry and not have to walk through the streets of Gothenburg, which is my other option. So yeah, we'll see about that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to click like, that helps my channel. If you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy. And I hope to see you soon in another video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.